this question here, talking about the drama side of it, it's like, how do you navigate drama and rifts in your family that you are not involved in?
In a way, like that's been hard, seeing what's really come out of people. You know, people you thought you could love and trust. Yeah, we didn't celebrate, like when it comes to holidays, we didn't celebrate many holidays.
Really?
So
Christmas?
No, we didn't
Really?
celebrate Christmas. Did you guys?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Which, my parents just had their perspectives on it, which part of me is like, yeah, I mean, yeah.
This is from Ellen. She said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how accurately would you say the show portrayed your family?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What's going on, guys? We're back for another episode. Jinger and Jeremy here. Thanks for hanging out for another pod. And what's up, Ginger?
We are not here alone. We have some guests back.
Yes. Oh, thanks for
They're
having us
fan
again.
favorites.
Oh,
You know?
big time.
Lydia and Zach, Plath wise. Zach was never a Plath, but
And now they're both wise.
they're both
He
wise.
has made me become
I have
wise.
given her some wisdom, I guess.
Oh, it's been a pleasure doing these podcasts with
This
you
is so
guys,
fun.
and I'm excited for another one.
We love it.
Like
been a
we've
lot
been
of
having a blast.
We'll be back for sure.
Yes, you hopefully you will. So for those of you who don't know who they are, Lydia was on TV for many years,
Still
since
is.
the age of 15, all the way until present. And so she's still filming on TLC. So we have that in common. And yeah,
Yeah, other similarities too, like big families.
Yeah.
And I think a ton of people. So we're going to get to listener questions today.
Okay,
'cause-
no, one thing I gotta say. Last night, Ginger and I were having a blast on the drive home from the beach, talking about all the movies we watched growing up and
Yeah.
the similarities we had.
it's so
Of,
great.
like, by a certain age group or a certain age we got to, then started watching the black and whites and the old westerns.
Yep.
And even like the radio shows we listened to, everything.
They were
just
all the
having a
same.
blast.
It was so
It's
crazy. I was
what
like,
in the
no other person probably would understand that. Like the most random things that we were allowed to watch, and then other things that were like,
really random things.
Yeah.
Like we were like sheltered and not allowed to watch too much, but yet I'm watching what was it?
The Matrix.
Matrix, yes.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm, sheltered and don't
The
watch
90s,
anything,
right?
but yet watching The Matrix.
Yep.
Just random movies like
Yeah.
that like,
Well,
yeah.
You guys were like going to town on this, and then I bring up a show. It was like in the 70s, and you guys were like, oh, that's past our time.
Well, it had color. It was not black and white. It was
Yeah.
in color. And we were like,
so
oh no, we've
anything
not
with
seen that.
color is past their time.
So what's really funny is, well, I have a question, I guess, before we get to the listener questions. Was it ever brought up to you before we connected? What were the Duggars ever brought up to you? Like, oh, you guys are like the Duggars, or similarities,
A
or
lot of
questions
times
like, are
people
you like the
would ask-
Duggars?
Yeah, people would ask like, oh, you're on a show like the Duggars? And I think a lot of people just assume that we knew each other because, I don't know, people like to put people in boxes and be like, oh, this category, all the categories and everything. But
I feel like there was a lot of
there
comparison.
is
Yeah.
there is a lot of similarities,
sure.
yet so many differences. Like I feel like our childhoods might look similar on the outsides. My parents made it clear to us that like we're raising you guys this way because we feel, the Lord has led us to homeschool and the Lord has led us in these things, but it's not like this is the scripture
Sure.
and this is how, like if we step outside of this, we're outside of God's will type of thing.
Yeah, less of like a religious culture driving maybe some of like, because people are going to see the similarities of being sheltered.
Yeah.
And like, it is cute. Like you guys in the car, talking about all the shows you watched and didn't watch, and there's a similarity, but some of the motivation was different in that.
Yeah.
So like you guys weren't part of IBLP and Bill Gothard and all of that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people assume you were.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't know really anything about that till just a few years ago.
Yeah. A lot of people, so this is a question people would get to, but is like about modesty. Like, did you only wear skirts? How have your views on modesty changed? That sort of thing. Was that a heavy emphasis in your home?
It wasn't a heavy emphasis, but yet, I don't know, so yes, we grew up wearing skirts and dresses for the most part, but the best way I can describe it is like my mom just went shopping for us when we were little because, 5-year-olds don't shop for themselves most of the time, unless they do. And so we just like grew up wearing dresses that my mom bought us. But like my mom would wear pants. So it's not like, I don't know. It was
was like
I was
off
never,
limits.
it's never like off limits. So like when I, was 13, 14 and started picking out my own clothes and stuff, I especially like gonna be out in the summer or out in the heat in the summertime painting for 5 hours every day. Like, I'm gonna get some shorts. And so, but it wasn't like, oh my goodness, I'm wearing shorts type of thing. It was just like, okay, well, this is gonna call for this. So I'm gonna wear this. So, and then just as I
Florida
grew up,
humidity,
Yeah, for sure.
as I grew up, just explore, just finding my own style. And there was a stage in my life where I was like, okay, I've worn dresses this whole time, and I know like I want to get to where I have my own style, but I don't know what that looks like. And so I was uncomfortable in certain things and like dresses that were too showy or shorts that were too short or things like that. It took a long time for me to like find my style and get my comfort in that. But it was never like I don't know. It wasn't like a mindset that I had to shift, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's more just like growing in style and comfort.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we should do. I've got a lightning round questions to go through
Let's
for the
get
two of
going.
you, and then we'll get into
fun.
the listener round. Well, these would be fun for us too, James.
Okay, I'm kidding.
But these are rapid fire questions,
All right.
and you need to answer about each other. Who's the
Okay.
better cook?
Who's better cook? Her, by far.
You both agree?
Yes.
What's
I
your
can
favorite
cook
thing?
some
What
good
meal?
stuff.
What meal?
What's your favorite meal I
Oh,
cook?
she makes. Oh, what was it? She makes a mean
The
pasta.
tortellini soup.
Ooh.
A pasta
Yes.
or the
Oh,
soups.
there's one
Soups
time
or
I
the
just made-
pasta. Those two
I just
are
made
really
a
good.
normal pasta dish, and he was like, "This is so good."
That's Jeremy with the pasta.
I know, but like
Yeah, rigatoni
they
with
season
meatballs,
They season
done.
it perfectly.
That's
I'm like,
so
But Zach
funny.
can make some great chicken Alfredo too.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
Pasta,
that's the
pasta.
difference between you and
I
me,
cooked
Zach.
your-
I can't.
it's easy. I'll teach you.
Who's more likely to cry during a movie?
Her. She is.
Although lately I haven't been able to cry during movies, and it's been really upsetting. Like I purposely watched the Titanic so that I could cry, and then I didn't cry, and I was gonna cry because I didn't cry because I really wanted to cry.
When did this happen?
So
Wow.
a few months ago, it was back. I think
was
it
all
might
going
have
on
been
in the mind,
before I
huh?
met you.
I feel like
Or-
it's because
She goes a
after-
few months ago, and you're married.
Lydia,
And she goes, before I met you.
Actually, no, I think it was more like
incredible.
September. No, it was probably November. It's like
Yeah.
90-day
Oh, no, we
fiancé
hadn't
stuff.
met yet. This was a
I
few
came
months
out
ago.
wrong. I think it was like November that I did that.
Okay, so you're just home.
Maybe it was
With your
May. Though.
sisters.
It might have been May. So before I met you.
I'm almost not letting
Who
this turn to
knows?
rapid fire because I was going to say part of that might be because you see the production side of it. You know the Titanic is a real event, but you see the production side and you're like, these are actors. Okay.
Well, no, if I'm going to be honest, I don't want to spoil the Titanic for anyone.
It's because
But
it's
for
a
me-
movie past
everyone
the 70s.
knows
You
what
couldn't
happened.
Get emotional. or
No,
connected
but
to
like for people who love the Titanic and get
Yeah.
wrapped up in the love story and everything, the reason why I couldn't get emotionally attached, why I didn't cry, is it was like an affair to me. It looks like an affair was going on. It didn't look like a romance love story. You know, like whereas like The Notebook,
that could be another episode.
that will rip your heart out because
Yeah.
like just they've known each other their entire life and it's like a beautiful love story. Whereas I was watching the Titanic, just like it just didn't catch me because it
It
was
wasn't-
like
I
it
was
felt
hoping
like
she
an
was
affair.
gonna say, why wasn't Jack on the door? There was room.
Well, yeah, there was that too.
Sure.
Jack,
But
get on the door.
Sure, room on the door. Who's an introvert? Who's an extrovert?
extrovert.
Extrovert,
Introvert.
unless I want to be introvert. No, I'm an extrovert. Except at times, I'm introvert.
She can be introvert.
How do you guys recharge after like a weekend like this where we're all spending days together? How do you recharge?
We have to answer for each other.
No, my recharge is this right here. It's
Yeah.
the best.
Your pillow.
Best pillow, best source
loves
of
her
energy,
cuddles.
best
She'll like have a
home,
long day.
best
Like,
everything.
she'll like be all sad. She'll be like, I need cuddles. And I'm just like, okay, cool.
What about you?
You have to answer for me. Or I guess you answered for yourself. So
Oh.
mine is, what is my recharge? I don't know, honestly. Probably just
Food, sleep.
food. Yeah.
Like, do you need to be alone to feel like, okay, let's go again? Or are you good just...
no, I'm honestly.
Neither. We're both people. People give us energy.
Well, when we invited you guys out here and I was like, yeah, come hang out, stay with us. We can show you, like, you can head downtown LA. You can spend time, exploring.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, we're people, so we'll just hang out with you guys. It's like, great. All
It's been
right.
great,
Well, that's been
especially
the
the
big
children.
thing is like,
Watching Zach with the children, I'm just like,
Yeah.
there's that. What recharges her? Me seeing
Yeah.
me with a baby.
Yes.
Apparently.
yes.
No, but yeah, I've like gone 36 hours without sleep because I'm like with people consistently. As soon as I'm without people, I'm like out.
Yeah.
So
You'll just nap.
Wow.
yeah, sleep and food and people.
Okay, what's one quirk you've discovered about each other?
One quirk. She talks in baby voice a lot.
No, you do. You started that whole thing.
We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Omaha Steaks.
Yeah, so we got our shipment of Omaha steaks in the mail, and I pulled up to the house. I saw the box, which I knew was like a box that, you know, the kind is styrofoam and everything's frozen inside. And I ran up and I knew it. Omaha Steaks was here.
We're so excited.
I was stoked because they are the highest quality steaks, USDA approved. They don't just serve any steak. They are very particular about what kind of steak is served with an Omaha steak.
And now during their Red Hot Sale event, you can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $35 off with promo code GINGER at checkout.
So when we went to Nebraska for Jared and Hannah's wedding, we were searching everywhere for the best steak in Omaha. And now they're delivered right to our front door.
It's amazing.
So it's great. You guys are going to love this. Omaha Steaks, they're juicy. You can get burgers. You can get, anything you want. Check them out, omahasteaks.com. Use our code JINGER for an extra $35 off and enjoy these steaks.
We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Fabric by Gerber Life.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. It was a source of anxiety for me for quite some time, knowing that I needed to get life insurance in case anything happened to me to take care of you and the girls and now Finn, but I just hadn't done it. And Fabric by Gerber Life is the solution. It makes getting term life insurance so easy, it's affordable, and it lets you sleep well at night knowing if, God forbid, anything happens, my loved ones are protected and taken care of financially.
Yeah, Fabric by Gerber Life is term life insurance that you can get today, and it's made for busy parents like you, so you can do it all online on your schedule right from your couch. You could be covered in under 10 minutes with no health exam required.
Yeah, so go to meetfabric.com. That's MEET, meetfabric.com/gingerjeremy, meetfabric.com/gingerjeremy, and apply and just see what they can offer for you. That'll be huge and you won't regret it. Real quick, policies issued by Western Southern Life Insurance Company, not available in certain states. Price is subject to underwriting and health questions, of course.
Now back to the episode.
We
Yeah.
talk to each other in baby gibberish all the time. Maybe just because we have baby fever and we're like, well, we're not going to have children now, so we better act like children to take care of them.
You can act like children
But
until you
Zach-
have children.
Yeah.
So that's
Man,
more
that'll
fun.
grow you up
And then
real
after
fast.
you
You
can
totally were
actually.
the one that started that.
Every
But
time I
we
tell her
can't-
something,
we
it's
can't
like,
give
"Oh,
away.
you did it."
We can't give away our secret language. That's just for us.
Yeah, no, we don't need...
Season 7.
You don't want to hear it either.
There'll be a hot mic on this.
People are really tuning into TLC now for that. So I love it. Let's go.
So no quirks, nothing that's like...
There hasn't really been anything that's like,
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing really sticks out, but
Yeah.
we just have fun.
I like
don't know.
it.
That's cool.
We just enjoy time together.
good question though.
If you were stranded in the woods for 24 hours, who survives and why?
I would survive. He would survive because I'd be with him.
If he brings snacks, right?
The tennis boy
no
is going to
trust
die in
my
the
own
woods
survival.
without...
Good night.
I mean, it lines up with the story. Well, no, hold on, though. You were raised on a farm, but this is a
I'm-
mountain man over here.
Yeah.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
like
He
hiked
took you on the
mountains
14ers.
Yeah.
and
But
like,
she-
We would need each
He
other.
was chasing her
Valleys.
up the mountain because she's so
That's
fast.
true.
She just needs
you're
snacks.
not wrong. But it's also
You bring the
like,
snacks,
I
she
was
hikes.
prepared for everything. I was like, hey, you need to eat food, you need to drink water, all this stuff. If she didn't do that, she would have been like gone. So it's like I do the preparation, and she just goes for
It all
it.
depends on where we're stranded, I guess.
Are you like? Could you actually survive? Like make a shelter, make fire, all that.
Well, all my friends who have ever gone camping with me have always said, okay, if I'm ever stranded, Lydia's the one who I want to be with.
Yeah.
So
I can survive.
That's awesome.
How many
I did
days?
a lot of camping
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
How many days do you guys think you'd survive on alone if you were by yourself? Like,
what country am like? What land am I in?
Let's
am
say-
I like in the desert?
let's say it's
or is there
Patagonia.
animals around?
It's Patagonia. Winter's approaching, and you're alone. You know the show Alone?
I do, but I've never watched
So
it.
they drop these survivalists in
Yeah.
in a land like Patagonia or Mongolia,
I would watch
and then
that.
whoever survives the longest without like evacing out gets 500
It's
grand
actually
or a
kind of
million.
fun to watch.
So how many? And they have 10 items they can bring. So they bring like a knife, you know, that kind of thing. How many days are you making?
in Patagonia, that's a lot. I'd say I'll give it 5 days.
Okay,
I was
nice.
gonna say a week.
Okay, neither of you are winning the 500 grand. I just want you to know.
No.
Okay,
That's
next
okay.
question. What's your go-to song to sing in the car together?
Ooh.
The end, probably.
The End is a good one.
By Cody
That's
Fry.
yeah, probably that one.
Yeah. That was like our
That's kind of our story.
emulation of our
I like
story kind of song.
I love
Shout
it.
out Cody Fry.
Cody Fry.
Yes, thanks.
All right, last question. What's your current favorite thing to do on a date night?
Dress up.
Yes, dress up and watch
We
Looney
love
Tunes.
to dress up.
Oh, you mean just like dress up like suit and tie? or
dress up
something?
and stay home. Like we don't
Yes,
go out.
we
Really?
love to.
We just
like I got home from work one night. Zach had got roses with candles, made a nice dinner, and I was like, I can go dress up. So we dressed up. He was in his suit, and we had dinner at home.
Okay, I say great job. Those good.
that was the lightning round.
Yeah, that was a good little warm up for you guys.
Yeah.
So now these are listener questions that people sent in, and it's crazy. There are hundreds, probably thousands of questions sent in.
Really?
Okay.
So people are very curious about your life, Lydia, and yours as well,
Okay.
Zach.
Well,
And they're curious about your life together. I will say this,
curiosity.
for everyone who asked questions, thank you so much for sending your questions in.
Yes.
The questions that were like, how did you guys meet? And tell us your love story. Go listen to those episodes that we did because you
Oh,
guys
yes, we went
gave
into
us all the
detail.
good details on that.
Yeah.
We got some good.
But there were some really good questions. And honestly, Ginge, as I was reading these questions, I was like, my goodness, it would be good for you and I to do a Q&A about your perspective on some of these things. But we're going to focus on Zach and Lydia and a lot having to do with the show, Welcome to Plathville and all that. So I'm going to start out with one about that. And this is from Ellen. She said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how accurately would you say the show portrayed your family?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, I would probably give it like a 7 or 8 because like it's accurate as far as like storyline goes. But you also got to remember, like it's edited, and some things are just from someone's perspective of some, So it's like it's accurate when it goes to like storyline and life, but there are also some things that I'm like, well, I said that, but I didn't say that. Some things can be taken out of context and edited, and but
Dramatized.
but
is
still,
something
like
she warned me
storyline
about.
wise,
Getting
it
on.
pretty accurate. I'd give it a 7 or 8.
Were you ever worried about like TV? Obviously, they need to get a hook. You've watched TV and you see like coming up next, and they have this real dramatic moment.
Right.
Like that's just the nature of television.
Yeah.
If the reality TV was like coming up next, like Lydia and Zach sitting at their counter eating lunch, people would be like, "Why would we watch that?"
For sure. Yeah.
But were there any moments where you were like, because you didn't watch all the shows, but were there any times where you're like, "Hey, that's not what happened," or like, I don't know, like overly dramatized?
I think like for me watching it, it's just like, okay, maybe that drama happened, but there was so much more to it
More context
than just
yeah.
the drama.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like it was accurate, but it wasn't like you couldn't actually see the full picture because you can't really edit someone's life 100% accurate in 45 minutes. Like it's just not possible.
Yeah.
You can get the best storytellers, the best actors. It's still not going to tell the full story. So it can be accurate, but it's still not accurate. So, and then also sometimes like they would put something in that I said, and I was like, well, that was a part of what I said, but I said something so much better and deeper right after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
I have
part
a
of it,
question that I'd like. This is from Ellen, maybe the same Ellen, but I think Eugen could answer this one as well. I'd be really curious to hear both of your thoughts on this.
Yes.
What are some good, and she capitalized good, what are some good things that resulted from your family's decision to be on TLC?
Ooh,
Go ahead.
that's a good question. For me, it really drew me closer to the Lord. That was a good thing. It's given us a lot of freedom, to have our jobs, but also to be able to travel. And I think with the show, when you're in the public eye period, it's gonna bring out what's deep down. So if there's unhealthy relationship that maybe looks okay, but it's actually not deep down, it's gonna come out. Or if, someone seems like they're a good Christian and have it put together on the outside, well, then you're in the public eye, you're pressed, you're, picked on every side. What's truly inside is going to come out. So in a way, like that's been hard, seeing what's really come out of people, people you thought you could love and trust.
We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Cozy Earth.
Okay, we've got a family tradition. Every Saturday morning, the girls jump in bed and they join you and me, and then we bring little Finn in as well. He's not old enough to jump in bed yet. And we watch cartoons, and Cozy Earth has made that family tradition a lot more comfortable.
Oh, yeah, it has. The girls actually, Felicity requested Cozy Earth sheets for her bed after we had first got them.
Yeah.
And she was like, I need a set for my bed. So now we have them on almost every bed in the house. And when our guests come, they always ask us, where'd you get these sheets? And guys, look at this. It's a bubble cuddle blanket. And this thing is like luxurious.
It's
kind of
weighted.
Like weighted, yeah.
Yep.
It's like fluffy and
goodness.
it looks amazing too.
So here's what you need to do. Go to cozyearth.com, use code GINGER, Jinger, for 40% off. Definitely start. If you haven't gotten anything with Cozy Earth, I would say start with this bubble cuddle blanket.
Seriously, get this or get it as a gift. Get the sheets as a gift, and you have a free 100-night trial.
Yeah.
And you can try out the sheets for 100 nights. And then if you don't like them, send them back, but you're going to like them.
I know we always say that, but nobody's returning these sheets.
Who's going to return the sheets?
So go to cozyearth.com, use code GINGER, 40% off. You won't regret it. It makes luxury accessible for you. You'll really enjoy these sheets.
But then it's also like, okay, well, I guess we truly saw their heart. So that's been a part that I wouldn't say like, that's a good thing, but it can be a good thing when you look at it the right way of like, well, that's not what I wanted to see, but I guess I saw their true character. And I just hope and pray that my character that has come out has been the Lord, because I do hope that's what's on the inside.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. Yeah. I'd say for me, there were quite a few things. I think definitely the provision of it. When I was younger, it provided a lot of opportunities for travel that we wouldn't have been able to do. Travel across country with that many kids, fly to different countries. It was just special. Like that was a huge opportunity. And then to have a voice to speak into other people's lives in a very real way, because I think that's something that like you are given, and looking at as a stewardship can be hard at times because it's like a weight and a responsibility that you feel. But I think just having that stewardship, hopefully able to, like you said, channel it for the Lord, and then also just to give a positive light and to let people see how you can be normal and you can honor God in your everyday life.
Yeah. 100%. Those were the other two things I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
Love it.
Being able to have the opportunity to be light and bring joy into the difficult certain situations.
Yeah, it's interesting that, you know, if you think about yourselves, and I know you have this perspective of yourselves, you just see yourself, I mean, you are just normal people.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's just a normal person. But people are invested and they want to hear from you. And so seeing it as a platform and an opportunity to share truth, I think you do that really well, Ginge. And Lydia, I'm seeing that you do that good as well. Like, you do that good. That's horrible English. You do that well. As we've been getting to know you, it's cool to see you taking that stewardship as a stewardship.
I think that's been huge with like just this podcast and also just being here with you guys too, is like you guys are a great example to follow in terms of how to steward it well and just what to look forward to in terms of like opportunities with something like this to create that not only extra freedom, but also this opportunity to make a difference in people's lives. So we really appreciate that. And I think that's been really special for us.
It's humbling too. Like the fact that people would want to hear what I have to say, my opinions on things. It's just like, ooh, like, Lord, help me.
Yeah, man, that's true. Thanks for saying that, Zach.
Yeah.
All right, I have another question for y'all. So I think this may be for Lydia more so, but what family traditions from her family, does she wish to carry into her new family? Have y'all talked about anything?
Talk about it a little bit.
So my family, we didn't have too many traditions like that lasted my entire childhood. Like we had our Thanksgiving tradition for like 6 years when we would rent a beach house and my grandparents, everyone would come to the beach for a week and we would have grandma's lasagna for Thanksgiving meal. And it was the best thing in the world. But that wasn't necessarily like a tradition that's carried on for 20 years. Yeah, we didn't celebrate, like when it comes to holidays, we didn't celebrate many holidays.
Really?
So
Christmas?
No, we didn't celebrate Christmas. Did you guys?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Why was that?
My parents just had their perspectives on it. And we're just, they didn't see the need to. So, which part of me is like, I mean, it was normal for me. So
We did spend
didn't
our
have-
first Christmas together when we were
this
dating.
last December was our.
And she
So you are going to celebrate, you think?
potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to look like with kids yet, but
We
like,
haven't fine tuned like all the things. Like, I don't think we're gonna be huge on Santa Claus because I'm not a fan of like, I don't know.
making your kids believe something, I don't know. But
So yeah, I don't
my
have,
family
like-
did celebrate Christmas, and we had the whole Santa Claus thing, and then eventually it was a real deal to us. Like, oh, Santa Claus.
Was that
is
traumatic for you?
No, I think I actually figured it out. I think I saw like the barcode on one of my bikes or something. I'm like, hold on a minute. If he created it, there wouldn't be a barcode or something.
Oh, you were smart.
No, he's a
Wise,
sharp cookie.
actually.
Wise, that's what I mean.
No, but I don't know. It was fun for what
Yeah.
it was because, like, I don't know. My parents made it really fun.
So, go ahead. What were
Oh,
you
I
gonna
was
say?
just going to say, because we had this conversation about your beach trip that you guys would do every Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I kind of loved that you guys had lasagna. I feel like that's just like a random thing to do for Thanksgiving. Like you're not having a turkey, the stuffing, corn, mashed potatoes. You're having lasagna. And I love that because
Lasagna is actually better.
lasagna is good. My family had lasagna for maybe a Thanksgiving or two, but probably more so we would do it most Christmas or like special holidays, like on Easter. We'd eat lasagna and it wasn't homemade. You ready for this? Stouffer's frozen lasagna.
It's so good.
It's actually very
Shout out
good.
to Stouffer's.
And it was
It's so
my
good.
childhood.
Yeah.
That was my childhood for a
Sponsorship?
special.
take it.
Yes, come on, Stouffer's.
Stouffer's,
Bring
we'll
it
take
on.
it. My
So-
dad, when we would go up to North Jersey, there's an Italian grocery store in North Jersey that my dad, whenever he'd go up to visit his parents, my mom would always say, "Hey, get lasagna." She'd send him with like a cooler in the back, and he'd get like 15, 20 of these Stouffer's
Wow.
That's crazy.
lasagnas and pastas because they're like $20 and they're big and they'll serve you for a week.
Yeah, I think
So good.
That's impressive.
that sounds
good.
amazing, and I'm really happy for you. But I don't think I ever had store-bought lasagna until I was like 15.
Well, you made it from scratch.
I appreciate you being
We
happy
were,
for us.
we were pressing the noodles
Before scratch.
Oh, see. So
We did make a.
Did you
we
make the
didn't-
noodles?
No, not all the time. But I was gonna say we did make noodles for a season. We
Whoa.
did have our own noodle maker and would make different kinds of noodles. But it was a really hard process. We also made our own
Incredible.
tortillas, stuff like that. But those didn't last my whole time.
You'd be like,
It was
you were
just
eating
crazy.
a lot
every
of work,
single
but it's the
bite.
best
You're
kind.
not throwing
Before
away
scratch.
anything because
Yep.
you worked
Yeah.
for it.
Yep.
I like it.
So thinking about those traditions, so you had some cool family traditions that were really unique to you guys. Do you think you'll continue those as a Wise family?
I don't know.
What are your traditions, my love, that you want to incorporate in our family?
I mean, we just had some fun games. Like,
Oh,
we
fun.
did
That's a tradition that we're keeping forever.
Fun. Yeah.
Leaving a
like
legacy of fun.
You
we
guys
did,
strike
like-
me as parents that are going to be spontaneous and
Okay.
like the spontaneity
Oh, yeah.
you've shown in your relationship together. I think will be really fun for the kids.
Yeah.
Well, also us coming out here, we came out here in a week.
Oh man, drop of a hat.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love that. It's
Yeah.
so great.
and we love it.
I think
we
the big
thrive off
thing-
of it.
Yeah, I mean, fun. Like we did Elf on the Shelf. We did like little puzzles, or just we would,
Yep.
there was never a tradition that was the same. It was like build a gingerbread house this year, or go, I don't know, do some random stuff other years. And like, I think my dad and I had more fun on the 4th of July than most of the holidays.
Ooh, that's fun.
Just like basically create our own firework show.
Yeah.
And we created our own fireworks. We had like a bunch of sparklers, put them together, and they like go crazy.
Wow.
Don't try it at home. It gets dangerous sometimes. So
Did you ever have any close calls with that? Burn
my
some
dad.
hair?
Okay. So we had like the fireworks that you would like drop in the tube.
Yep.
And it would like shoot
Uh-huh.
way up.
Yep. Bottle rockets.
We had multiple ones, and so there was different sizes. So there were like the mortar fireworks, and he put a smaller one in the big one, so it like shot up only like 3 feet in the air. He was standing like 3 to 5 feet away from it, and he just looks at it. He doesn't even turn around. He just like, this is my time. And then it's just like boom. It was
Whoa.
fine. It didn't like hit.
Was he
him
wearing
directly.
safety goggles or
No.
anything?
My
Naturally not.
My dad is just that guy.
Okay.
So that's why I'm a
Wow.
pyromaniac.
That's very exciting. I love it.
Lydia loves fire too, by the way.
I was about to say California doesn't like to hear this, but it's safe in Georgia. I love fire so much.
They would do like their big
Like at campfires?
Oh, way bigger than
bonfires.
campfires, like taller than the tree fires.
Okay.
Wow.
Trees you guys have out here at least.
and like they would start fires. Well, the first few times I was out there with her and they would do fires, like she would skin the forest of every branch. there
Yeah,
was.
so the fire
Wow.
we have is probably maybe 50 feet or, I don't know, from the woods. It's close enough to the woods that when the fire is big, you can see in the woods if you have night vision. So my goal was to keep the fire big so I could see what was in the woods to bring it back. So just ongoing cycle of just how much of the woods can I clear. And I pulled Zach into it too. He was
was
in
it.
for it. So
Wow.
that's when I knew he was the one.
Wow. Hey, that's a question a lot of
wow.
people have asked, by the way. When did you know he's the one?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I think we probably
That's-
covered that in our...
You did,
covered
for
it.
sure.
We
For sure.
already got that.
Okay, somebody just commented, I love Lydia. I think Zach can relate. She always seemed to have the Spirit. What was your testimony? Did you come to know Jesus at a young age?
I did. So, yeah, I grew up knowing who Jesus was. I gave my life to the Lord when I was 8, got baptized when I was 9, and then when I was like 12 was when the best way I can describe it is like the Lord just drew me to himself. I didn't have like a role model to follow necessarily. I didn't have like someone like really anything to look to besides Jesus. And like I was reading any autobiographies and biographies I could get my hands on of, missionaries, and just seeing like God at work overseas and the miracles that would take place and the miraculous things that would happen. And I was like, this is the God I serve and the God I love. And I was so hungry for that it just left me searching, because I was like, I don't know why I don't see this, in my daily life, and why I don't see this here in America. But I know this is the same God. So it kind of just left me searching for more and more, and just spending time in the Word, spending time with God. I would just go on walks anytime I had a spare moment growing up, just going on walks, praying, worshiping. I had one of those portable CD players, and that had scripture on it, and I would just listen to it over and over again. And I could probably quote like the whole thing back to you, because I listened to it probably at least 60 times.
Wow.
And so, yeah, really just developing my own relationship with the Lord from a young age. And just my prayer began like at 13, 14, just like, Lord, take me where you need me, keep me where you want me. And whatever I do, whatever I say, wherever I'm at, just let others see you and hear you in me. I guess the Lord heard my prayers, because I can't tell you how many times people have like messaged me and said word for word what I've prayed. Like, I can see the Lord in you, even through the screen, and I can feel him when you're speaking. And it just brings me to tears sometimes, because like, Lord is so faithful. And I don't know how I ended up here. But he heard my prayers. And just, I'm so thankful for those years and in those times, like, we were kind of in and out of fellowships, in and out of gatherings. It wasn't like the first like actual church I was a part of is the one I'm a part of now in Tallahassee, which the Lord led me there when I was 18. And that's a whole nother beautiful story. But I've just seen God in every part of my journey from, the time I was 12 till now, and how he's led me every step of the way. And it's so beautiful, because he's never led me wrong. I've never found myself in a place where I'm like, ooh, this doctrine is really off. Or, it's always like, yes, this shows the heart of the Father. I see the work of the Lord's hands here. And it's just been a beautiful journey.
That's cool. So a lot of people have asked about your prayer closet.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the prayer closet?
Says, do you still have a prayer closet? That's one of the questions I just saw.
So in the house we're living in now, we don't have a prayer closet. We do have a wall that
we
we're
just
writing
started
prayers and
prayer
This
wall,
prayer
like in
wall.
Jerusalem?
scripture verses on. Yes, in our kitchen. So the house so I don't know if you guys knew, but I have lived on the farm since I was 15. So we moved from the farm when I was 15. We moved into a house in town, not a townhouse. We moved into a house in town, and that house was the house that had, it was a huge house. We went from the one bathroom or the one shower, 2 half baths with 11 people to like 7 people with 7 bathrooms. So it was a little change there.
Wait, so the show, because 15 is when you started.
Yeah.
So the show never filmed you on the farm.
Oh, wait, no. We moved when I was 16. I think
Got
the
it.
first season is on the farm.
Okay,
and
got
then after
it.
that, we moved.
Because that's what we would have watched, was that first.
Yes, that first.
Yeah.
And so we've seen Smattering since, but why the move?
My mom was always looking at new houses. She's the one that has all the ideas, everything. And my dad was the one that sifted through. So after this was probably the 50th house she brought to him. And we were all like, we're not leaving the farm for anything. And then we saw this house and we were like, okay, if we can keep the farm and have this place, I think that would be, a nice.
Is that what
in-between.
happened?
So that's what happened.
Cool.
We moved there. And that's the house that I chose my room based off of the closet. I would walked in the closet and I was like, this is a prayer closet right here.
Yeah.
And so I chose my room based off of that and loved that for the time I was living there. And then since I
still
moved
there.
out, just had prayer walls.
Those notes and all the prayers are
all
still
still
in
there.
that closet.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah.
So-
I need to take them down and keep them in a box.
Yeah.
So people, multiple people were sending, so that must have been highlighted on the show. That
Yeah, it was, that's always something that's kind of been like a battle in my heart of I don't want to show this in a way of
Right.
prayer law. I don't want to.
Especially when Jesus is like, go in your closet alone.
Alone.
Yeah.
Don't go in your closet with the cameras. So I always wrestled with that. It's it was never my heart to put that on camera. But then when they saw it, they were like, oh, Lydia, this really brings your character together. And so.
You know, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting because
You've used the phrase character a lot in these podcasts, and we've never referred to anyone on the show as a character. But that's essentially what you are. You're even though it's your life, you're playing a character.
I was also referring to my character as a person,
Oh,
not my
okay.
character as a part of a show, but because at that point, I'm still a background character.
Yeah.
Character and character. I'm using 2 different characters
Right.
here for myself.
Right.
But like I said,
Sure.
knowing Zach's character, that type of character
Yes.
of
that makes sense.
Yeah.
them saying well, this is you. And we
Well,
want to
I
show
think that
this.
is an important part. I think Jesus' warning about praying to be seen by others is not saying, because you see Daniel gets in trouble and he's thrown into the lion's den because he refused to move from where he was praying, which was visible. And so it's not saying you can never allow the reality that you pray to be known.
And the Lord knew I wasn't praying for attention.
Yeah, it's warning
He saw my
against
heart.
an
So
outward self-righteous.
However people want to view that,
Right.
or if they want to be religious about that, whatever. But the Lord saw my heart, so that's all that matters.
That's really sweet, though. I'm sure your example encouraged others to do the same.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who have messaged me and just said you encouraged me to start my own prayer closet, and I'm just okay. I guess that's
Isn't that
part
funny?
of being a good influence.
You're going back to this whole we're just normal people, and we have the show, but what you've done is encouraged other people to start talking to the Lord.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll get to it, but there's a question. And Jinger gets these things as well, these messages. People will see or hear or read something that you've done and say, that's encouraged me to go back to church or to re-engage with Scripture, which is just a huge encouragement.
It is.
Yeah. There's nothing I'd trade for that.
Yeah.
It's all worth it. When I get messages like that,
sure.
I'm like, okay, it's all been worth it. All the ups and downs and the drama, everything. If lives have been touched like this, it's worth it.
For sure. Now this question here, talking about that kind of the drama side of it, it's how do you navigate drama and rifts in your family that you are not involved in? How do you stay neutral and navigate that while the show's being filmed?
That's a good one. Ooh. Love and honor go hand in hand. And whether someone's right or wrong about something, you can still honor them. And I don't like choosing sides. I don't like any of that. But if it comes to a point where by not standing up for someone or by not, saying, well, what this person's actually saying isn't true, that's not honoring anymore. So, it's a tough thing to navigate because I don't want to speak negatively about someone, even if they're speaking negatively about one of my family members and it's not true. But then it's like, okay, well now, am I living in a lie if I'm not speaking truth of, lies they're spreading? So yeah, it's been a tough thing to navigate, and it's situation to situation. There's no formula to it. Navigating things like that. But the good news is most of the drama in my family I haven't been a part of. And yeah, I guess I just try to love people where they're at because I know with every bit of that is hurt for them. Whether it's coming from them or towards them, there's hurt involved. So yeah, just trying to love them where they're at too.
I love that answer.
I think
That's so good.
coming into it, there was a bit of a navigation of that for me, of like getting to know the siblings in the family without taking on their drama or being a part of their drama. And so I think a way I've always kind of looked at it just throughout my life was like, okay, looking at a situation and if they have a reaction towards me, that's something they're controlling and that's something that I can't control. What I can control is how I love, how I care for someone, how I present myself in different situations. And so I'm going to do my best to be my best in those situations, and their reaction is completely out of my control. And so I think that goes kind of hand in hand with just how I walk in my faith too, of just like, okay, the Lord says like, go and make disciples of all nations. Like there's moments where I'm in conversation with someone and I'll mention the name Jesus and they'll turn away or they'll like be out of the conversation. That's out of my control. But I still have to be obedient. I still have to be present in the conversation. And so I think it always boils down to control and things I can't control in different situations. Because a lot of times the things that you can't control often bring the most stress and often bring the most, I guess, just a heartache because it's like, it's just something that you're not going to be able to change because it's just there.
Yeah. And Zach,
to deal with, so.
Zach also has really great discernment, and he sees past the front you put up. He sees past the words you're speaking. He really sees deep down and like the hurt that could have brought this about in your personal life earlier on and like all those things. So that gives him compassion.
Well, so many times people have like come against me and I'm like, what did I do? Right? Because there's nothing I haven't, punched them in the face or been really ugly with them or anything like that. And they're like bursting out in anger in just different ways. And I'm like,
Well,
so it's like, it's an experience that they've had in the past that they're drawing forward to that current situation. And it's like, okay, well, they've been hurt in the past in some way. And so in that, they're trying to hurt me.
Right.
And so it's like kind of the hurt people kind of
completely
phrase because it's this. And so in that, I have compassion. I don't take it personally because I'm like, well, I didn't do that.
Right.
But they're hurting. And in that, they're using me as an outlet for that hurt. So in that, I care for them almost more because of the pain they're experiencing.
That's said really well. And that goes back to the conversation we've often had, but we were even talking offline the other day, Zach and Lydia, about like dealing with hate on social media.
Yeah.
And, if you think about things objectively, okay, here's a lovely young couple in their early 20s. They fell in love and they get married. Nobody would just come along in the street and go, you know what, let me just rip you apart for the decisions you're making and for the shirt you wore today. Like you'd go, that's insane.
Yeah.
And yet that's what happens on social media.
Yeah.
You post something and people go, this, and they're in the comments being all hateful. And you just think about it. And the temptation is to respond.
Right.
And go, oh yeah, go to their profile, then cut them down or, and then you realize pretty quickly like, man, what a sad life that they're actually going about their day, logging onto an app, getting on their computer, and then observing this young couple who's just living their life and then engaging with others on a forum or on social media to rip that person apart. You realize, man, you must be really broken. Like there must be some deep hurt there.
Yeah.
And so when you process it that way, it changes your emotional, visceral response from being anger or cut them back down to like, let me just pray for them.
Yeah.
Or if I have the opportunity to say something kind to them.
Yeah. It goes from anger to care. It's like,
Yeah.
like I'm sorry for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope you can be better.
Right.
Almost.
Yeah. I hope well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
often my perspective, because it's just like, I mean, the world is ugly in a lot of ways.
It is.
And so it's crazy because I've been on the show for 7 years. This is Zach's first time, and the show hasn't even aired. So he's like new in this, yet he's at times has been like the steady one for me when things are happening, and he's just been my fallback and kept, my reality check of like, okay, well, you know the truth. You know who you are. You know who we are. You know, like, what led us to make these decisions. You know all these things. So why are you letting other people who don't know anything about you, or this much about you, I should say, little people who think they know a lot about you, but they know a little about you, why are you letting them affect you?
Right.
So
why are you letting them have that control? So it goes back to that control factor, because it's like, if you try to control the things that you can't control, it'll start to control you.
Yeah.
And so, and then it just is this circle of you just getting lost in that cycle.
I asked you the other day on, I think it was the last episode, if the stuff that's happened on the show has ever made you doubt your faith. And I loved your answer. I guess to rephrase that, just thinking in light of what both of you are saying now, have there ever been any points where you're like, enough? Like, the things I can't control, the narratives that are being spun, what people are perceiving, I'm done with this. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
By far, there have been many times where it's just like, I'm done. I can't do this. Like, after every season, I'm always like, I'm not doing another one. Like, this is too much. And I can't tell you how many times I was like at my wit's end. I was done. Like, I was on one of my many walks talking to the Lord, like, God, I am not going to do another season. I'm just not going to do it. And then I was like, okay, well, like, I'm not going to unless you show me that you really want me to. And like, my heart would soften a little bit.
Sure.
And every time I got to that position, the very next like message I would read was someone going deep into how my story had impacted them and gave them a desire to follow the Lord, and like all these one after another. And it's like, those comments don't always come up in my messages. Like, maybe they do often, but sometimes it's, a month without some of those. But every time without fail, whenever I was like, God, I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not seeing any fruit. It's hurting. Like, in my own life, like this, like, is it really actually worth it? And then right there, just someone telling me how deeply it's impacted their life. I'm like, okay, God, like, if this is actually from you, then I guess I'll do my best. Only if you help me and you're with me. So yeah, there's been many times where I've gotten to the end and beyond.
Yeah. Do you have another question? Or I've got one here, unless you have one burning, Ginge.
Go for it.
How do you feel TV changed your family, if at all?
Well, yeah, a lot. Like I said earlier, it brings out what's really deep down. So we may have looked like some of my siblings may have looked like on the outside before the show came along that they were great Christians and walking with the Lord and all that. But being in the public eye, the attention, the show, like that, it's going to bring out what's deep inside. So, if you're seeking attention, it's going to bring that out, and you're going to do whatever it takes to get attention. If you are seeking the Lord, that's going to be magnified. And when you're pressed and the Lord is truly what's inside, the Lord is what's going to come out.
Yeah.
But if something else is on the inside, that's what's going to come out. So it has changed my family in the fact that I think it's just brought to light what's been deep down in each individual. So yeah, it's tough to navigate, because it's like part of that you can be grateful for, because then like no one wants to live in a lie and put on a face that, they're a great Christian when they're not, when they're struggling deep down, or when they have anger or resentment. Like, the Lord sees that, and he doesn't want you living in a lie. So yeah, that's been a whole nother thing to navigate of like, okay, so this is really what's been in your heart all this time, and this is what you're pursuing. Like, the Lord bless you in that and show himself to you and like truly reveal his heart, because if this is the path you're taking, then I guess he didn't really know his heart. So I don't blame you.
Yeah, anything in life that reveals ourselves, even to ourselves, like that's the greatest thing that can happen. I mean, ultimately, for someone to come to Jesus, they have to see, like for me, I had to see who I was before the Lord in order to recognize my need for the Lord. So it really is this beautiful mercy if, you know, you're exposed to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because then you realize, Jesus, I need you. The worst thing is sitting there thinking you don't need Jesus, you know.
Well, also, if you feel like you've been given this, like this picture of what a Christian's supposed to look like and like all these things, and it's all in the head and all things to do and all things not to do, then of course you're not going to want that. You're not going to want any part in that. That's just religion. Like, Jesus literally came to destroy that. He came to rip the
Curtain.
Yeah.
The veil.
The veil.
The veil.
Jesus came to, my mind literally is drew a blank. Jesus came to remove the veil so that we could be one with the Father and meet with him face to face, so that we didn't have to have all these rules and regulations and do's and don't do's. So, like, if some of my siblings feel like the Christian life was like boring and things to do and things not to do, like, I totally understand why you don't want a part in that. But my personal walk with the Lord has been anything but boring. Knowing people who are truly walking with the Lord, like walking in the Spirit, and like their life is the farthest thing from boring. Like, so if you're a Christian in your life and you feel like your life is boring, then maybe you should ask the Lord to show himself, reveal his heart a little more.
Yeah.
So
That's sweet.
I like it. Okay. So you were homeschooled, and Zach, you went to public school.
Yep.
Have you guys considered, if you have kids, you know, how many you want for that? How many kids you want? And if you would homeschool them, send them private school?
I know everyone's wondering, when are the children coming along? You'll have to wait and see. We don't know either.
Are you pregnant?
No,
No.
I'm not.
We hope
our
you're
plan,
not. So, okay.
It's true.
Our plan has been to wait a year plus. So with that, we'll see. But yes, we've talked about children and homeschooling, public schooling, private schooling, and I think it's one of those things that we'll take step by step. And you know, if homeschooling doesn't work for a season, private schooling is better, or just wherever the Lord leads. So
I think she really wants to try homeschooling because
I
I
do.
think she really loves just time with kids. She would love to be a stay-at-home mom. So,
or stay on the road, mom. We'll road school our children.
I know.
We're not gonna homeschool. We're not gonna private school or public school. We're gonna road
world.
school. World school.
World
yeah.
school. We're taking over.
We're going to take them to Europe, and the next you're like over some other country,
Doing the
Japan.
school on the road.
I like it.
Yeah.
History
No, but
and live action.
she does love to just be very hands-on with everything. So,
Having gone to public school, would you be open with your kids going to public school?
I've seen a lot of change in the public school in the last many years. It would definitely have to be something I'm okay with and I would like see in advance or something like that. But I've just seen, I had a conversation with my dad and then a history teacher because we were all playing tennis together. And I mean, just the difference of information that was had between the three of us was scary. Like my dad knew much more than the history teacher. The history teacher knew a good amount. And I knew almost nothing, even going through all of high school history, all of this stuff. And it's like, well, like, give me book recommendations, guys, because I know nothing about history. And it's like, I knew friends in my high school who would turn in blank pieces of paper because the history teacher would grade off of a turned in assignment, not necessarily the actual assignment. And so it's like, I don't know. It's hard to trust the school system when you see stuff like that and just different things like that. So we, if it's a good school that we can trust, absolutely. Like I want my kids to have interactions with other kids, be social.
Oh, for sure, they're gonna have their friends.
Which I've heard you can definitely do in homeschool as well. So I'm not worried about that. But it's just, do we want to be more hands-on or do we want to be able to get them to a public school? So we'll see.
So it would probably be private.
Yeah.
I don't know. Going in.
We'll find out when we get there.
Putting my children into a public school, like we would have to go like make sure our home is an extra safe place because like the environment you create at home depends so much on how your children are going to
that's
take bullying and how they're, that is the plan anyways. But like, it would take some, if I was going to put my children in like a public school, I would need to know that the Lord is in it because I couldn't just do that without just because I wanted time to myself or something.
Yeah, true. So somebody asked, apparently you have an older sister who never wanted to be on the show.
I do.
And
she
somebody
is
asked,
amazing.
What's your relationship with her?
I have a great relationship with her. I have been so jealous of her for so many years for choosing this. I used to always say like, I'm going to be like my oldest sister and just get married and not be on the show anymore. Her and her husband.
She gets married on the show.
I married on the show instead. But her and her husband just chose to not be a part of the show and raise their family on the show, which I respect so much and love her so much. She's amazing. And yeah, they're
great. They're really special. They're really caring in a lot of ways. So it's always great to have. Always great to meet.
And their children display it so much. It's beautiful.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's so sweet.
Oh, this is something that both of you will relate to. And we've talked a lot about like such a big family. People are always interested, like, how do you stay in touch? But then who are you closest to? And Ginger's talked a lot about like you had like waves of siblings. So it was like, she'll talk about like the first 6 and like we were the old siblings and then you have the littles and then you have the middles and with 19 kids, you only have 9, which is such a small family. Is there, talk about those dynamics. And people have asked like, so we're getting tons of questions about like, are you close with Mariah? Are you close with Ethan? Are you close? But how have you navigated trying to stay close with the family?
Do you feel guilty for not being as close to some siblings, like maybe that you used to be when you were like really young?
Yes.
And then
do you?
Older ones, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's real. I mean, I would say at the moment I'm probably closest to Amber and Mercy and Cassia. They're the 3 little ones.
Youngest.
Even though they're taller than me, they're still the 3 little ones. But Mercy's my baby. She's the one that ever since she started
calls her mom.
Yes, Mercy calls me mom sometimes. She's my Baba baby, which that's another story. But like ever since the day she started walking, that's when I started having baby fever. So like I tell Zach, like, yes, I have baby fever, but I can handle it. I've handled it for like 10 years. I can handle this. Except for when I see him holding your baby, then I'm like, never mind, I can't handle it anymore. Anyways. But yeah, I'm closest with my younger sisters at the moment because they're the ones in town. My oldest brother lives in Minnesota. My next brother lives in South Florida. My oldest sister lives out of town as well. And then Mariah lives out of town as well. So it's like, you can only be so close over the phone. Especially when you're both busy.
She does stay in touch with each and every one very well, though.
Can you name all their birthdays?
Can I or can Zach?
You.
I can.
I can't do the birthdays yet.
Can't.
Can you name all the names, Zach? Can you name all the names in order?
Yes. Oh, you know what, Ginge? I always get asked that on every podcast. Can you name them? So I get to say it to someone else.
Well, you're going to go, both of you guys.
Oh, no. Don't make me do it again.
I'm going to make him do it because I'm going to see if he's got it down. He tried last time. Go.
Can you do all 19?
Go, Zach.
Oh,
go.
My goodness.
All right, we got Ethan.
No, you got to rile them off.
I can't do the oldest sister.
Yeah, Ethan, am I going to remember that I think we got ready?
No idea
go.
what she just said. Ethan blank. I know her name. Oh gosh. Micah.
Yes.
Yes. Micah. Mariah. Isaac. Lydia.
I'm older than Isaac.
Barely. Anyway.
Are you going in order?
He's trying
yes.
to.
Oh, good.
And then Amber. Cassia and Mercy.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So how did he do?
Although, actually, hold on. Who was and then above Cassia was Joshua.
Yeah, above Amber was Joshua.
Dang it. I almost got
Between
it.
Isaac and Amber was Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joshua was the one that passed.
did good.
Sadly, but
How many did he get right?
I
He
missed
got
the
them all
one
right,
with
but
Lydia
he
and
put
Isaac.
me younger than Isaac.
There you go.
Because he just was thinking of my siblings. He wasn't thinking of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
She's one with
sees me as his wife, not as one of the siblings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I like it. There you
Yeah.
Good job.
go. Go for it.
Jared.
I need Jared.
Really?
Can he really do it?
You have the oldest is Josh, Jana, John. You have Jill, Jessa, Ginger. Then you have, I don't know if I'm going to get all the ages
ahead.
right, but Joy,
No.
Joe,
Joseph.
Joy,
Nope. Josiah.
Josiah. Well, don't give me,
Ginger.
you're giving me names here. And then you have Jed, Jeer, Joy, James, Justin, Jordan, Josie, Johanna. I think I got,
I don't know where you
yeah,
are.
Jeremiah, Jedediah. I'm all over the place. I'm just
Jennifer?
getting them all done. Yeah, Jenny.
I'm looking at this though, and I think
I couldn't do them all by
Ginger.
age.
I don't know if
I
she
wanna-
knows
she's
all
got it
their
unlocked.
names.
No,
she's got
I
it
want to
unlocked.
hear
I know
it said fast.
Josh,
Yeah.
Jana, John, Jill, Jessa, Ginger, Joseph, Josiah, Joanna, Jedediah, Jeremiah, Jason, James, Justin, Jackson, Johanna, Jennifer, Jordan, Josie.
Good night.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
That's impressive.
So, okay.
Pretty good.
Okay, was there
I
something
think you missed two.
with like the J names
Okay.
though? I didn't know half these J names existed.
Oh, I know. Well, Ginger is not a J name.
It's Jinger.
Yeah. Ginger is a G.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, the parents, I'm glad they did because I love the name Ginger.
Yeah.
And it's unique.
For sure.
But
It
they were
should be
working.
Ginger.
They were working
Dude,
to
you
get
got
that.
some nicknames and they're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Good nicknames.
Gingerbread, Jingle Bells. Yeah, it's all there.
That's
Do you
awesome.
both
Have a lot.
want a big family? That's what someone asked, but it flows with the conversation. I mean,
I think we want at least 3.
I think we're kind of at 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
So it's big in some standards, but not necessarily in
Yeah.
ours. So
I like it. Enough you could
I've
travel
mentioned-
with.
yeah.
What kind of car? You just throw them all in like a 15 passenger?
No,
travel the world?
Forerunner.
Forerunner.
Okay, that's
Oh,
the
okay.
car.
Like-
Like a
Forerunner.
Forerunner.
I love a good Toyota, so let's go.
The one that won't break down the way to the airport.
Okay, you know what? Man, these have been great questions. Let's just do a couple more. A bunch of
Do it.
people asked how you and Ginger with a G, and then someone asked it with a J. How did you and Ginger meet?
Instagram.
Instagram.
And then-
Ginger was the one that reached out. And yeah.
How did it
You
come
share
through?
the story.
Well, you guys were thinking about podcast hosts or
Yes.
people that host.
Who our audience would want to hear from. And I was, in particular, Christians.
Right.
And so just thinking how cool it would be to have you guys on
Yeah.
pod, and also because we have so much in common.
But
on
you
TV,
like
on the same show.
remembered me from like first episode you saw 7 years ago, and I
Oh,
came
yeah.
back to mine.
You didn't,
Or
yeah,
like,
you didn't see any articles.
did
or
our
anything.
wedding post
It was
come up
just
on
like-
your page, or like
Oh,
how did
it
you
didn't.
remember me?
No, just, when thinking through TLC shows and people who our audience could, like there's crossover
Yeah.
because of our lives and the similarities. And so then, yeah, we had watched your pilot episode, I believe it was. I can't remember
Probably.
because I'm gonna have to go back and see it. But I
Were we
do
jumping
remember
on top
you.
of trees?
She remembers you.
Sounds a little familiar, but I remember you. I remember something about no sugar in drinks, or like I remember that being a thing in large family. And there just seemed to be so many similarities in our temperament and personality. And I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like there's so much in
Yeah.
common.
And now
So
it's
that's
Plathville
kinda how it
based.
came
So
out.
Same
Ginger
person.
reached out to me. I think that was only like 3 weeks ago. And then we flew out, or we scheduled the call to book our flight a week ago. And now we're here.
So
So
that happens. Some of our
it's a great thing.
closest
good.
friends, like years ago, but Cade Fainer, who's married to Gabby Barrett, they do the music and all that. Well, Cade and I connected on social media. Like 3 days later, he drove down. This was when I was in Laredo, Texas. He was in Nacogdoches, East Texas. And he drove down 6 or 7 hours. And we've been like dear friends, like best friends since.
Yeah.
And so social media is cool, the connections you
It
make.
is.
And
For sure.
And I was telling Ginger just last night how like the timing of this is just such a God thing, because just where you guys are at and where we're at in our lives, I feel like there's so much we can just glean from each other on, and you guys can almost be like mentors to us in a way. Just like Zach, this is Zach's first season being the public eye and just like helping him navigate through that and all the things. So
It's very kind.
it's really great. And I feel like I've known you guys forever now.
I know.
Same.
It's cool.
Same.
It's been
Just
great.
great.
So
Days we've had.
let's conclude with what's next. Like what's next for the Wises and your family? And you go back to Florida. Obviously,
it's on your
season
mind right
7's coming. But
Yes, season 7 is airing July 22nd. So stay tuned for that
On TLC.
on TLC.
Yes. It's
For us,
real.
we're going back home to keep trying to find a schedule and regulate things with our jobs and just finding a steady life. Yet that's not our character, so I doubt it'll ever happen because we love spontaneous trips like this.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just getting routine and then, just getting stuff. I mean, we have a couch
Starting
now. We literally got a couch.
We got a couch
Week and a half ago.
you guys are in
like
such a
that.
fun
That's so great.
phase of life.
I know. It's
And you
great.
should just start a podcast on your couch.
You should.
Like this. Just start a
Yeah.
podcast.
It's true.
It is a good cat.
very-
We're going to be looking out for
Yeah,
it.
and
so.
we'll be the biggest fans. We'll be your first listeners. All of our listeners.
We'll make sure you're the first guest too.
Yes.
Love
Oh,
it.
thanks.
That'd be fun.
That'd be
You got a
blast.
reservation.
I would love to have you guys out to our place now.
That'd be
and
cool.
like,
Be
I'd love for you
super
guys
fun.
to come to our church and
I love
just
it.
experience the humidity too. So you know,
Oh
we've
yeah,
suffered
my
I've
hair does
experienced a
great.
bunch
I was
of-
talking about that. My hair,
Yes,
my
you can have
curly
good
hair,
curly hair again.
does the best only in Florida.
Really?
So I'm looking forward to it. Let's go.
Cool. Sounds
That's
great.
awesome.
Thanks. So.
So grateful for you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
us.
you.
Of course.
It's been such a pleasure.
You guys are great hosts. It was a blast.
Oh, that's
Love hanging out with
Can't
y'all.
Wait to do this
It's so
again,
fun.
honestly.
And thanks to our listeners for sending so many questions and so many good questions.
Yes, thank you guys.
It was a lot of fun.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.